In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the Week 9, Module 9 in-class activity. So what we're going to do, it's easier if I just show you where we are. What we're going to do is we're going into the Module 9 on Slate, and I'm using this second presentation called Data Summary Visual Representations. I'm on slide 9 of that. And you might as well at the same time open this college life survey, which has all the data that we're going to use. Okay, and just to also show you what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to use Excel to summarize some of the survey data in a way that communicates a lot of information. Okay, so as you notice, I've got this XLDA college survey, lots of data file open, and we're going to be using that. So let's just go back to the presentation and we'll talk about what we're going to do. There we are. Okay. So in the end, we're going to create some summary of some nutrition data, and we're also going to graph it, and the graph is going to look like this. So, and then after that, we're also going to, in another video, we're going to summarize the cell phone data and summarize it visually also. So let's get started. How do we do all that? Let's first do the nutrition data. So we'll go back to the Excel file, and you notice this is our nutrition, these are the nutrition questions right here, and we're going to summarize them the way we've done it before. So we go at add-ins, Excel Data Analyst, Summarize, Percents. And then we select the questions. We want to summarize all the nutrition questions, so we'll just select those. So I select the first one, hold down the Shift key, select all of them. No need to select these visuals, just keep the no graph option for now, and then you click OK. And it processes, and eventually it's going to create a new tab for you called Percents. Now just to keep things from being very confusing, I'm going to call this Percents Nutrition, because in the end you'll have more than one, and it can get confusing. Now, so we have our Percents Nutrition, and what we want to do is we want to summarize that. And the way, what we have to do to summarize it is we have to, what I do at any rate is I create a new tab, a completely new tab, and I'm going to call that, so it's automatically called Sheet 10, but I'm going to call it Nutrition Chart. And we'll start from the beginning. So what I do is I make column A a little wider because I'm going to do some cutting and pasting. So let's just get going. So what you do is you select this cell that has the first question, and I don't copy the nutrition dash because that's just it's going to be repeated in every question. And then you select the second row, right click, and just paste it. Now sometimes it's a good idea to format this whole column and click on wrap text, and that way everything is wrapped and it's a lot easier to deal with. So we continue that. So I've copied this first question, and now I also want to copy the column heading, so I only want to graph strongly agree and agree. So I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go back to this tab, and I'm going to put this column heading here, and I can copy, you can copy and transpose. So what I'm doing here is I've copied them, but I've transposed them. I've copied from the column, and I've transposed to a row, just to make things just a little easier. And I know I also have to add a total column, which I'll deal with later. So let's go back to the data, and what you'll find is, you see, we really only want these two, the percents and the top two. We're only going to graph strong agree and agree. So I copy them, I go to my nutrition chart, and I paste, but I'm going to paste transpose. So I've got my paste transpose there. And then you go on and on. So we'll do another one. So I'm going to copy this next question, nutrition very important at home. I go over here, I copy and I paste it, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to get the data that's associated with that question. and I'm going to paste transpose that. Okay, I think you get the idea. Now, I won't do them all because you don't really have to watch it, but we also want a total. Okay, and the way we do total is, I'll just click on home so I can see all my tabs. I just use this auto sum, which automatically figures out that I want to add these two cells, and that's correct. So all I have to do is hit the enter key. And now rather than doing that again, I can just copy that formula by hovering over the bottom right corner until my cursor turns into a crosshatch and just drag it down and I've got it. Okay? So what you're going to end up with in the end is something that looks like this. So in this tab, I have inserted, sorry, I'm going to just delete this so that we can do it again. So in this tab, I've copied all the questions, pasted them here, all the data, and did my total column for all of them. Okay? Then the next thing you have to do is you want to make sure that you're ordering that they're, notice that these are now organized smallest total value first, largest total value last. So the way you do that is you just select this total column, click on the sort, and sort smallest to largest. It's going to give you a message saying, do you want to expand the selection? Say, yes, I do. Just keep that expanded. Click on sort, and it sorts it in this way. Now, in order to create the graph that you want to create, all you have to do is select. Don't select the total column. We don't really need that anymore. You're just selecting all the cells that you want to graph. We don't need the total. And then we click on insert, and these are the different charts that we're going to graph that we can use. We're going to select the 2D bar chart, and it shows you sort of a preview of what it's going to look like. And this is what we want. So we want the 2D stacked bar chart. So I just click on it, and it creates the chart for me. And the only thing I have to do now is add a title. And when you write your title, you need to give it some thought, because the title should pull in the viewer to actually look at the data, and the title should sort of summarize the data. So you don't want a title that says just something boring like nutrition. You want something that says a little more. Yes, it is about nutrition, but what else is it about? Well, if you look at this data carefully, you'll find that what the data is telling us is that nutrition is more important than convenience to the people who took this survey. So nutrition trumps convenience. It's sort of an engaging title, and you've got your summary for the nutrition question done. Notice it's summarized. The questions are ordered in the most. So we've got our labels down here. Blue is strongly agree, red is somewhat agree, and notice it's ordered properly. So the questions that had the strongest responses are ordered first because they're more important. The questions with the smallest responses of strongly agree, somewhat agree, are ordered last. So it's displayed in order. That's very, very important. Notice we have an engaging title, and we also have the labels at the bottom so that we understand what we're looking at. Notice that we only graphing strongly agree and somewhat agree. Okay? So then what's the next step for the in-class activity? Well, I'm going to copy this chart. Hold on, I need to actually select it first. Let's copy it. And then what you do is you open a Word document and you're going to do a summary. So we'll create a blank Word document, and we might start it with nutrition summary. We paste our chart in here, and then you will go ahead and write a summary of what you write now is a 3-bullet summary that summarizes the data in this chart. I'll let you go ahead and write that on your own. And that's the first part of the in-class activity. Thank you very much.